Good morning, everyone. Happy Scrap Saturday. Today, I'm actually hosting Scrap Saturdays at my house. So I probably have all of my sister-in-laws over and we're having a rowdy, fun, scrappy time. I decided to record myself finishing up my first ever Project Life album, and so it is on very fast speed because it took about 3 or 4 recordings to get through this almost final session of my album. So I hope that it's enough to just at least give you guys an idea of how my process is. I'm by no means an expert, but I love Project Life. So this is what I'm doing. I'm using a little bit of Recollections cards. So the first one to the far left, orange there, the banner style one is a Recollections type 1. Excuse me. And I'm also using some Becky Higgins Seasons ones, and I picked out the Thanksgiving cards there. And then I'm just using some 6x6 paper pads because I love that the patterns are smaller scale and they just look neat, and you can make a card in no time. And that's what Project Life is for me. It's quick, easy, and fast. And I know I said quick and fast in the same sentence, and I always do, but it's really that fast for me, and it's so therapeutic. And my favorite part is that these are photos from 2010 and 2011, maybe even some 2009 have snuck in there. And really, I know someone's asked me in the comments that they had some pictures sitting in a box that had no, date line or whatnot. It doesn't matter. Crack open that big huge box of photos and go to town. Yes, you can see that I do organize them by at least, matching photos. You remember what event you were at, but did it come before or after? Does it relatively look like summer or spring outside if you don't have seasons? You know what? The album is beautiful. Flipping through it with my husband and my kids, I'm getting such an amazing reaction. So I truly do want to inspire you to just get your photos in an album so that you can enjoy it. Never mind what anybody else thinks or if it's right or wrong or anything like that. So I'm flipping through the Honey collection for Project Life from Becky Higgins, and I really love the little cameras and the turquoise colors, and I play around between Me and My Big Ideas, the pocket page filler, or I guess the insert cards for that company, and I have the Midnight collection from Becky Higgins, and then again just any pattern paper that I like. I'm sorry if you're picking up any background noise. My room is connected to my laundry room, and I'm double dutying today, trying to get some laundry done and this voiceover done, because my real intention is to put up a video every Saturday. So I hope that I've caught your attention and that you're following along with me and that you're enjoying my process. The next little segment here that I'm doing is, or the page on the left there, is my first ever Scrap Fest in Ontario. We went to Kitchener, myself and my sister-in-law, and we had a blast. And some of my pictures may or not have any rhyme or reason, but they're fun. Those polka dot papers that you see there are from a Me and My Big Ideas wedding collection set that I had. And I played around with that. And sometimes I have to cut off like a hairline of a fracture just to get those cards to fit neatly into the Project Life pages. So that might be a tip for you, or you might be thinking there's something wrong with your pages, and there's not. It's just every manufacturer has their style, I guess, and sometimes things don't work out. As you can see, I'm tucking in a couple of photos, or 3 photos to the left, into a 12 by 12 page protector, and that's so that I can tell myself that I have a story to tell, and that's going to be either an 8 by 10 layout or a 12 by 12 layout, and that will turn into a process video at some point. And this is the basic gray Capella paper pad, 6x6, and I have made at least 10 wedding cards to give to the couples at their weddings from that paper pad. I just love the colors, so I found it fitting to put a 4x6 card at the top there, and I'll go back and embellish it and put a title on it afterwards, using that paper line, because to me it meant that I could remember all the wonderful cards that I made for brides and grooms along the way. And so I just save my scraps at the top of those paper pads, both my 12 by 12 and my 6 by 6. So that's just the way I kind of do it. And so this is my brain processing. I thought I was going to use more of the paper pad just to carry it on because this is still the same wedding, this is still the same event. But then I completely changed my mind, which is so totally cool, and I really recommend it. And I crack open my Midnight Project Life cards and I start going through them. So sometimes I like what I pick, sometimes I don't, and I have music in the background as I do my Project Life, so I have a lot of fun. I do like the Midnight collection because there are a lot of handwritten titles or cues. So you are so very loved on my card there, and hello there, and just everything about this collection is fun. And then I can still go back and add embellishments that can coordinate with either the background photos or leave it plain and just add my journaling and black pen. But I am quite fussy sometimes and I keep going back and forth. But I did want you to get a true sense of, you know, what I do. And this is the easiest way I've found. Just cut up the photos or stick them into the page protectors and continue and go on. Here I decided to flip the page back and change out those polka dot papers to the Midnight collection, and just to see if I could bring in some more of the pattern paper back, but I kept flipping back and I just loved it the way it was, so I left it. And I'm finally making it to Christmas. Woo, what a relief. And these Christmas photos were quite fun. It's the Christmas tree lighting ceremony that my sister-in-law hosts every year at her house, where she gets the grandchildren and myself to decorate the tree for my in-laws. And this is the year that I literally stood on a chair and made everyone get on the ground and pose lying on the ground, including my father-in-law. He was such a great sport. And I was still in my black and white kick, and I just loved it. Here I'm just getting a photo page that holds all the pictures that are taken vertically. So it holds 12 photos. And I like doing that because then I don't feel that I have to cut down on my photos, because now I'm printing them to scale, 3x4, whatever the pockets will hold. And I feel that I'm not losing out on the picture that I took. Sometimes I don't feel comfortable cutting them all down to 3x4, so I love the versatility of there is no right and wrong. Again, I'll say it. Just make it a simple photo album and hold back a couple of your favorite photos and, you know, do a layout with that. And so that's what I've done here. And I'm just making sure that I'm putting like photos with like photos so that my story or my pages kind of tell a story. But then again, at the beginning, I don't want to go back and go backwards and tell you that you have to do that. You don't. You do it whatever way feels comfortable for you. And the process is so much fun. I really enjoyed looking back at these photos where the smiles on my niece and nephew's face and just everyone. It really is what life is about. It really is what the reason of doing all the scrapbooking is just to look back and see all the love that we have gathered together as a family. So I think I'm going to do black and white photos this year again. I just love it. I love that it allows me to play more creatively with the paper that we do buy, or everything flows. It doesn't look messy. It looks so tidy. It looks very neat. But there are a few colored photos, like the dessert table photo, of course, that could just do no justice in black and white as I'm cutting it in half to fit into the pocket pages. Again, a 4x6 photo cut in half does have to have a little bit shaved off of one side, so play around with it so that you know you're not going to cut off anything that's important. And I keep all of my extra pages and my 12x12 inserts at the back of my album, and I just flip back and grab whatever I need at that point. It seems to me to be the easiest way, even though you see me opening and closing my binder rings there, but I really do enjoy it. And here I'm just flipping the pictures around because I want to make sure I remember that's the way I want the layouts to go. And so again, I'm just gathering another 12 by 12 clear insert so that I can remove one of those photos from the family lying on the ground, because I do want to make that a 12 by 12. And I'm just choosing what photo seems to inspire me more. And now, since it is double-sided, I'm going to have to choose a photo for the other side, and then I will go back and add a 4 by 6 card, but I'm not too worried about that. I may just use some of the pattern paper as well. And I'm just flipping back, and thank you for watching. As you can see, some of my layouts from my process videos. Happy Scrap Saturdays.